This is the CD, and for many of you, it's just a piece of junk that you donate to Goodwill or you throw away in the garbage. But for me, and for the hundreds of thousands of people who watch my videos on the topic, it's just so much more. It symbolizes a time when life just felt simpler, music felt better, and heading to the record store on a Tuesday morning for the latest release was an event, a ceremony. It's a beacon of hope that we can preserve something truly special, something we can pass on to the next generations. That's always been my mission, to share this passion for CDs with the world. So one day we can all look back and say, we made a difference. We helped keep the CD alive. Hello friends, I'm Mike and I'd like to welcome you back to Audio Arkitekts. If you're the type of person who would burn CDs to play in your car stereo back in the day, then this channel is most definitely for you. I encourage you to fury strike the like button and subscribe to the channel because we're about to do a deep dive on why you should continue to buy CDs in 2025. I want to start by laying out the numbers because realistically, that's the best way to measure how healthy anything is, by taking a good look at the stats. As of March 2025, we still don't have an official finalized report on the US physical media sales for all of 2024, but we do have some data from the first half of the year. According to the RIAA's mid-year 2024 report, 16.8 million CDs were sold, which is a 3.3 increase over the same period in 2023. That said, some unofficial figures floating around suggest CD sales for the entire year might end up at around 33 million, which would be a 19.5% drop from the previous year. If that turns out to be accurate, it's not a good sign, especially with vinyl now outselling CDs in both units and revenue. Vinyl's been on a steady climb year after year. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift's influence on physical media can't be ignored. She reportedly commanded around 7% of all physical sales in 2024, with 3.5 million vinyl records and 2 million CDs sold. To put that into perspective, even at the peak of Thriller's success in 1983, Michael Jackson held only about 5 to 6% of the physical market. Of course, overall sales volumes were much larger back then, but it's still a staggering comparison. Look, I'm not a fan of Swift or her music, but we all must admit, without her contributions to physical media, we'd be in a much worse spot because the young people going into the record store to buy a Swift album are more than likely buying something else, helping the cause. I feel like a lot of artists watched my original video on the CD and listened to what I had to say because over the last couple years, many artists have been releasing exclusive CDs with creative packaging, creating a memorable collector's item for their fans. Something I have been suggesting every time I put out one of these videos. Would you rather just be buying another plastic square on the shelf, or do you want your music to have something special and different? Big box stores like Target still devote some space to CDs and vinyl, more so for vinyl. Look how cool this display looks. It has a collection of different artists and albums, all unique and special in their own right. Now look at the plastic boxes. I can't even tell you what they are. When real estate for physical media keeps getting smaller and smaller year by year, you must stand out to get your product in the hands of the future of consumer shoppers. Bringing back that awesome experience we had when we were kids when buying your favorite album at the store is long overdue. This is why I felt packaging overall deserves its own segment. This is a call to action for all the marketing and advertising departments out there. Where you been? My generation isn't dying off just yet, and we are just salivating for that delicious nostalgia. This is why we still retro game and love all things 80s and 90s. We are the best generation ever, and we aren't afraid to spend money recklessly on products that evoke a sense of nostalgia. Take notes. Here are the top 5 reasons to buy CDs today in 2025. CDs offer uncompressed audio at 44.1 kHz 16-bit resolution, delivering a richer, more detailed sound that Spotify couldn't begin to compete with. For people who care about their music and how it sounds, CDs provide a high-fidelity experience without relying on an internet connection or subscription service, making them a reliable choice in 2025 when streaming compression still dominates the landscape. With vinyl still a strong fad amongst the bohemian, the prices of records are continuing to soar. New LPs often cost anywhere from $25 to $40, and box sets can exceed $200. CDs remain a budget-friendly alternative, typically priced at $10 to $15. I strongly believe CDs maintain their appeal to Gen Z, millennials, and beyond because most people want that physical media experience without breaking the bank in an inflationary economy. This means I can buy that new Snoop Dogg album and a dozen eggs, and I'm still good for drinks later. CDs provide a physical connection to music in an almost entirely digital world, offering artwork, liner notes, and a sense of ownership streaming can't replicate. In 2025, artists are keeping CDs collectible with special editions and signed copies rivaling vinyl's draw at a lower price point. I've seen many record shops do some exclusive drops that only can be purchased there. This is a great way to support your local businesses and get some exclusive collectibles that aren't available on the mass market. Unlike vinyl, which requires a turntable, a phono preamp, etc., CDs work seamlessly with widespread devices like home CD players, car stereos, gaming consoles, and any PC with a disk drive. In 2025, as cars phase out CD players slowly, still reportedly in 30 to 40% of models, CDs remain practical for home or on-the-go listening without additional hardware investment. You simply put the shiny disc into the slot and enjoy the music. CDs serve as a physical backup, immune to cloud outages, account bans, or licensing disputes that can remove songs from streaming platforms. In 2025, with many people online voicing their frustrations over Spotify Wrapped glitches or songs vanishing, CDs still ensure permanent access to music. They allow you to maintain a local catalog of your favorite songs, which is appealing to those wary of digital fragility. I recently received an email from a student at Kingston University. She was intrigued with my video last year on why to buy CDs in 2024. She told me that there's a project on the horizon and would like to use an excerpt from my video. This definitely piqued my interest, and I had to find out more about the project. She explained that her project falls under the publishing strand of her graphic design course, and it's all about media archaeology, which means looking at old or outdated media formats and understanding why they still matter. Last year, she explored cassette tapes through a Transformers-themed project, creating mini books that fit into cassette cases to highlight the physical joy and nostalgia these tapes once held. Now she's moving on to CDs. Fascinated by how their tangible nature contrasts with today's digital streaming world. She sees CDs as offering a sense of ownership and permanence that's often missing with everything being online. For this project, she's proposing an exhibition celebrating the CD's role in music, gaming, and film with design elements inspired by the disc's shape, spinning motion, and occasional glitches. She'll produce posters, brochures, tickets, ID cards, and even burn exhibition documents onto a CD, ultimately breathing new life into this once groundbreaking format. I'm excited to see what she comes up with. I'll definitely share any relevant links to her project in the description below once it's available. I'm always happy to help more people discover the CD. The CD is still maintaining a strong position within the market. I don't see it vanishing just yet. But if this year is as dismal as the last, then we might be having a completely different conversation next year when I do a why you should sell all your CDs in 2026 video. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would never sell my CDs. However, it is concerning. I just hope there's enough good music coming out this year to create a genuine push in sales. I'll be the first to admit that there weren't that many of those gotta have impulses with music last year. It's unfortunate. Thank you all for joining me today. If you like my shirt, I'll drop a link in the description on where you can buy one for yourself, and it helps the channel. If you want to be a true legend, check out my Patreon. It's a great way to support my efforts. If you found this video helpful, show the like button, your best superhero landing.
Woo! Superhero landing!
Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified every time I drop a fresh new video. See you on the next one, friends. Take care.